Imagine being 4 years old and thinking you're just on a sleepover, only to realize years later your parents never intended to come back. When I was 4, I didn't have a word for abandonment. I just knew my aunt and uncle's house smelled like fresh laundry and coffee. I had glow-in-the-dark stars on my ceiling and a dog named Biscuit. 1 week turned into a month, then a year. My aunt enrolled me in preschool and my uncle packed my juice boxes every single morning. I eventually stopped asking when mom and dad were coming to get me. The truth was brutal. My younger sister had been born extremely sick and my biological parents were drowning in the chaos of keeping her alive. They looked at me, the healthy one, the easy one, and decided I was the one they could afford to lose. They dropped me off that afternoon and just disappeared. I didn't find out until I was 10, sitting over a cup of hot chocolate that went cold as my aunt explained everything. I didn't cry. I just took the only photo I had of them, tore it into confetti, and decided that chapter was closed for good. That same year, I started calling my aunt and uncle mom and dad. My uncle just nodded over his newspaper like it was the most natural thing in the world. Over the next decade, I'd see my biological parents at a distance, a grocery store, a wedding, but I looked right through them like they were windows. Meanwhile, they were celebrating every milestone my sister reached, terrified she'd never make it. I was just over here living a real life, doing homework at the kitchen table while my real dad burned dinner and we all laughed about it. Then last week, they actually showed up. They were standing on the porch with a gift bag and my sister looking like she wanted to melt into the floor. My biological father was all smiles, talking about healing and becoming a whole family again. Then he said the words that made my blood cold. "We think it's time you came home." I didn't hesitate. I looked him in the eye and said, "I am home." The smile vanished. He started yelling about respect and how I owed him a conversation because he was still my father. I didn't raise my voice. I just told him he made his choice 13 years ago when he left a toddler at someone else's house. And I made mine the second I found out. Some choices don't get a delete button just because they're no longer convenient for you. My biological mother was sobbing, saying she was sorry, but I'm sorry doesn't rebuild 13 years of nothing. They eventually left. I walked back inside, sat down for dinner with my real parents, and asked for the bread. They think they lost a daughter last week, but the truth is, they lost me a long time ago. The audacity to say it's time to come home after 13 years of silence is insane. They didn't want a daughter, they wanted a guilt-free conscience. Good for you for knowing where you belong.